Hello friends, you're welcome back to my platform. You're watching Queen Varieties channel. For this video preparation, we are making biscuit cookies recipe for beginners, step-by-step guidance. You need 500 grams of margarine or butter. Make sure it is at room temperature, soft and unsalted. If yours is salted, you have to make sure to reduce the quantity of salt used in the entire process. You're going to cream for exactly 5 minutes with your hand machine or with a hand whisk. You have to do that until it becomes fluffy. Next, I'll add 1 cup of icing sugar. You can as well increase quantity if you want the outcome of the cookies to be extremely sugary. You're going to cream that for extra 2 to 3 minutes. If you don't have the icing sugar, you can use the granulated sugar. I'll then begin to introduce the dry ingredients. Of course, you will need all-purpose flour. For this, I'll be using 5 cups of all-purpose flour. For the flour, you have to make sure you pass all dry ingredients through a sieve and then begin to add them step by step. To the flour, I'll add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 4 tablespoons of milk powder, half teaspoon of salt to that, and then sift them accordingly. The sifting process is done. At this time, I will go ahead and add 2 egg yolks, and for the egg white, I'm going to remove that because you don't want the outcome to be too soft. I'll use my spatula and combine everything appropriately. Once that is done, I will set that aside, and then with the help of my hands, I'm going to combine to a firm dough. Alright lovelies, at this point in time you can see that the dough is formed. I'll place them on my work surface. With my hands, I'm going to divide the dough into 2 segments and then knead each segment for just 2 times. When you're handling a cookie dough or a biscuit dough, you have to be extremely careful. You don't have to overwork it. It's just like when you're making meat pie. So I will use the heel of my hands, that is the edge of my hand, and then knead that for just twice, okay, and then form into a neat dough. When I place my finger on the dough, you can notice that it creates a print on it. That's an indication that you have the perfect biscuit dough. You don't want it to be too floury in nature. Alright, I will place into a cling film and I will be freezing it. If you don't want to go through the freezing method, you can as well just begin to cut your cookies or biscuits immediately. The other segment of dough I will also knead twice as expected, and then here includes some chocolate chips inside it. Knead it once again and place the 2 divided doughs once again into a plastic film. Transfer to the freezer and freeze for exactly 20 minutes, or you can leave it refrigerated for 30 good minutes. Alright lovely, so on my work surface you can notice my cookie cutters of different shapes and sizes. Choose any one of them and then shape your biscuits according to your own preference. The dough is out of the freezer. You can see it is firmed up. It is hard, but it is not frozen. Roll it out appropriately. With the help of my baking sheet, I'll place it on top of the dough and then roll it out just to have a smooth appearance without the dough sticking on the rolling pin. You don't need to apply flour because if not, your dough will be tasting much more floury instead of buttery. I've used my cookie cutters to get out the required shape I want, and then for the excess dough you set it aside. With the help of my fork, I'll just give a little bit of designs on the cookies. Alright, once completed, I will transfer to a baking tray which I have lined with a baking sheet. You're going to bake at 150 degrees Celsius for exactly 15 minutes. Alright lovelies, for the remaining dough, what I'm going to do here is to cut it out as illustrated earlier on. Alright, so we are going to repeat the same process that we did earlier on with the one with chocolate chips. but here I'm going to be filling it more with more chocolates for decoration. That way when you're chewing this particular one, you will have the chocolate flavor mixed with the white. My guys, this is so delicious. I will also bake at 150 degrees for 15 good minutes. For the last segment of the dough, I'll be using the fork to give some piercings, okay, just to give it a different design. Guys, after 15 minutes you have a delicious biscuit cookies, which is extremely beautiful, delicious, crispy and yummy. Very, very delicious and yummy. And so this is what it looks like. You have to allow it to cool down completely. Allow it to cool down completely, and then you package it into any package of your choice. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed this recipe. God bless you. Until I come your way next time, stay blessed and loved. Bye. And remember, variety is the spice of life. Subscribe, like and share my video with your friends. Bye for now. Thank you.